Season after pulling off a comeback win in overtime against the Seahawks last night. Kyler racked up over 400 yards of total offense to go along with 4 total touchdowns. Russell Wilson also had over 400 yards total and 3 touchdowns, but also had a season-high 3 interceptions in the loss. So, Shannon, what did you learn from last night's shootout?
Well, if Russ is not great throughout the entirety of the game, they're not going to win. Seattle defense is atrocious. As simple as that, Skip. I wish I can fix it up and make it nice and palatable for people out there to digest, but I just can't. They're not very good. You mean to tell me a team rushes for 200 yards, the quarterback throws for almost 400 yards, you possess the football almost 10 minutes more than your opponent.
Yep.
But he turned the ball over. And 2 of those turnovers were so uncharacteristic. I'm like, Russ, what are you doing? I still, Skip, the one he threw up to Pat P, I still don't know what he saw. The one the Isaiah Simmons. Skip, Isaiah Simmons was the 8th pick in the draft. Skip, that was only his 5th defensive snap of the night.
I know.
He's been getting DMPs.
I agree. I've been saying, where is he? Because I told you I loved him before the draft.
Skip, that play, I'm like, Tyler Lockett and them, they're clear, they're gone. He threw the ball. I'm like, Russ, what are you doing? He made some horrible decisions. Even the one that boot, Skip, you can't lob the ball like that and to go on the end like that, because you have to understand, Buda Baker, even if he's in the end zone, it's not that far to go, and the ball is just hanging there. So look at this. Skip, why would he lob the ball like this? And DK Metcalf, Skip, you see?
Look at this.
I can't teach that, Skip. I can't teach you that. I can't coach that. That's just in you. And guess what? They stopped him on 4th down, and they got no points out of that.
0.
Now, we saw somebody that had an opportunity to do something like that against Cleveland. And ain't nobody changed like that, did they, Skip? But anyway, Russ has to be great for the entirety of the game in order for them to win. Skip, I've mentioned, and people like, well, Shannon, you get on, that's just a what? It's not really big things that get you beat. It's an accumulation of small things. Now, they're off the field. It was 3rd down. They're off the field. Wags hit the guy in the back. Unnecessary roughness, 15 yards. They go down and get a touchdown. You got them kicking a field goal. What did the guy do? He leveraged himself. You can't jump a guy.
That was huge.
They go down and get a touchdown. It's things like that. It's small things that lead to big things that get you beat. That's why coaches are so critical. They harp on it. Son, you can't do that, because guess what? In the moments that you can least have it, you do things like this, and it goes directly to you losing the ball game. Give Arizona credit, Skip. Kyler made plays when he had to. The defense, Vance Joseph, called a great game with the blitzes, but it just goes to show you, when your starters get hurt, Dallas, the running back. Now, I don't know what you do while you're in meetings, but I can assure you, your running back coach told you, you can't cut on a 7-step drop. He tried to cut the DB. He missed him. The guy hits Russ, throws the ball away. They got 2 guys in the A-gap. The line is sliding to the left. The first one is yours. He run past the guy. The line is picking up, and the guy hits Russ and sacks him. Son, pay attention. Even if you're not getting reps in practice, pay attention, because you never know when someone's going to go down and your butt going to get in the game.
True enough. So, my biggest takeaway from last night's game, which, by the way, was a joy to watch from start to finish, it was a great shootout between 2 gifted quarterbacks, one who's becoming the other one.
Almost a mirror.
Yeah.
It's like they're looking at each other in the mirror.
That is correct. My biggest takeaway was, in just his 2nd season in the National Football League, Kyler Murray has already launched himself at least into the MVP discussion. I told you before the year started, I'm picking Arizona to be a wild card team, because I thought Kyler could take that Mahomes leap in the 2nd season that Mahomes took under Andy Reid, obviously, in Kansas City. And Lamar. That's a good one. And I believe he is taking that leap. What I love about Kyler Murray has been that he won in high school. He went 42-0 and won 3 Texas state championships. Not easy to do. He was a winner in college at Oklahoma, in which he lifted that team into the national semifinal against St. Nick's defense, Nick Saban, Alabama, and put up 417 combined yards on them without his best receiver, Hollywood Brown, in that game. And last year as a rookie, twice against San Francisco and twice against Seattle, he played his best football.
Yeah.
It just showed you he rises and he shines against the best teams. And they beat Seattle late in the year last year at Seattle. And don't think he went into this game underconfident, because he was very confident from the start.
Yeah.
And yet, to your point, DK Metcalf has to be pound for pound the fastest man in the league. And I'm talking about pound for pound because I think he weighs like 240 to be able to run like that. We have never seen that before, right?
He's basically Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
That's what he is. He's Calvin. They're about the same size. I think they're about the same height, weigh the same. I think Calvin weighed 238 coming out. I think Metcalf is 240.
Possible he's a touch faster than Calvin? It's close.
Yeah, it's close.
Okay.
I think they both ran like 4.37.
Is he Ruggs because Ruggs is so much smaller? Probably not.
No.
He couldn't beat Ruggs for 40 yards.
Yeah, no.
But the effort that is required there, the desire, the want to, the guts to just say, I will not give this up. You want to talk about a chase down? That's a chase down.
And Buda Baker, it's not like Buda Baker's a defensive lineman, Skip. He can run.
He can run. He's pretty fast.
Yeah.
This guy is very fast.
But you know what, Skip? We probably need to throw Buda Baker's name into that Defensive Player of the Year.
I would agree with that. I am with you. Yet, to your point, not only does he chase him down and stop him, but they go 4 downs and can't get it in the end zone. And usually when that happens, you're probably going to lose.
Yes.
And usually when your kicker, Zane Gonzalez, misses the winning field goal in overtime, usually you're going to lose the game.
But why would you kick it on second down with 2.5 minutes to go?
I don't have any problem with that. Just go ahead and do it. Like, get it over.
Really?
Yeah, because that's a Jimmy Johnson special. I learned that under Jimmy. So many bad things can happen. Don't mess with it anymore. Because one time, Emmett, early in Jimmy's regime in the 90s, he fumbled away a game at Houston. It was when they were the Oilers.
The Oilers. Yeah, they're the Astrodome.
Yeah, it was in the Astrodome. He fumbled away a chance where they were in chip shot field goal range, and they gave it to Emmett, and he fumbled.
Right.
Okay, so you want to go ahead and kick it in case it gets blocked, and then you recover it.
I think you scared them, Skip, because they got tackled for a loss. Got 50, they lost 5 yards.
They lost 5 yards.
I think it's scared.
Done. We're done. Let's do it. But then they called timeout because the clock was down, so you didn't get the field goal team on the field.
Right.
And he goes ahead and kicks it and makes it, and then he's got to kick it again.
Right.
And I disagree with that whole premise that sometimes they like a warm-up. Well, he didn't need a warm-up because he just duck hooks the next
that was the thing. All you had to do, it's like they overcompensate. All you had to do is just go through the same motion you just did. He didn't kick it the same way. It's like, bruh, it's like as soon as it left your body, like, you hooked this one.
Yeah, okay. So he got a reprieve. He got a second shot, and he made it. And he got the reprieve because of Isaiah Simmons.
Yes.
Every time I watched Clemson last year, he just leaped off my screen. So help me out. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what he's not doing, if he just doesn't grasp the scheme or